Hey tennis fans, welcome to another Tennis Express racket review. Today we're taking a look at the Babolat Pure Aero VS. Bringing back an old classic, Babolat gives us the new and improved Babolat Pure Aero VS. This frame shares many of the new updates given to the Pure Aero family of rackets. One of those is Cortex inside, which simply means they fully enclose the Cortex system within the racket, making it stronger while still retaining its ability to dampen vibrations transmitted through the frame. Another item of note is the cosmetics of this racket. If you're looking for a patriotic frame, then this is the racket for you. So the Pure Aero VS, the first thing that stands out to me is the paint job. I felt very patriotic playing with this. I didn't feel too much of a difference from the regular Pure Aero. I've played with that a couple of times, done a couple of reviews for it. I did appreciate the denser string pattern, the 16x20. Really helped me give a little bit more control to the ball. Where with the Pure Aero, it wasn't my personal preference for that racket. This one still, Babolat rackets are known for their power. Had a little bit more power than I'd like. I'm used to playing with my Blade 98, which is a little bit more, or a little less power. But other than that, when I really wanted to go after my ground strokes, it felt pretty good. I'd probably put a little bit softer string in there just to give me a little bit more cushioning. But I really felt like on my ground strokes I could place the ball well. It had a lot of power and it had pretty good spin to it, even with a little bit denser string pattern. So I really wanted to go after something. I didn't have any problems, getting the power or the spin I wanted. Especially on my serve, I really felt like on my serve, the weight of the racket as well as the balance really helped me to get up for my serve, put a good amount of power and spin on it so that I could really get the point going in my favor right off the bat. Next up we've got Anna. What did you think of this racket?
I like this racket. It reminded me a lot of the previous Babolat Aero. It feels good. It feels good to play with. I don't feel like I had as much control with it as I'd like, especially since I play with a lot of spin. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. The colors, I think, are my favorite part about this racket. My opinion for this racket goes along with some of the other Babolat rackets, like the Pure Drive and the previous Aero that they made. I like the Babolats a lot, especially this one, but I think I'd try and add a little more control to the rackets. I've always kind of just hit with Babolat, but I've never played with it myself because I just feel like my balls go everywhere, especially since I play with a lot of spin. I just don't feel like I have as much control. I would recommend it to players who feel like they need more power. The ball definitely does go a little more than some of the previous rackets that I've played with in the past. And that's a good thing for those that feel like they need that. Well, I play with the Head Prestige and I love that racket. I feel like it's got good feel, good comfort, and it's kind of the opposite to this. It just didn't feel as natural as I would have liked it to feel.
All right, next up we've got Eric. What did you think?
This racket was kind of a mix of emotions for me. As patriotic as I like to be whenever possible, I think I wasn't a huge fan of it. Overall, Babolat rackets in the past haven't really clicked with me personally. Something about that Cortex just feels, to me, takes the feel away from the ball, and it's a little on the harder side of control. That being said, hitting with this racket, I was very impressed. Lots of great bite, lots of access to spin, even with a little bit denser string pattern. It's a 16x20. We had 17 gauge RPM in this racket. Overall, some better feel than I'm used to from Babolat rackets, but still probably just missed the mark a little bit. A little overpowered, hard to control for me. I think if they had a version of this without Cortex, I think that would actually hit a lot of people in the right spot. I think it would work out really well and be very, very popular. So that'd probably be my biggest suggestion for a change, was take the Cortex out.
Thanks for tuning in to our Tennis Express racket review, and be sure to check out our other videos on our YouTube channel to stay up to date on all the latest news here at Tennis Express.